Desmarie. I'm back with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to get your frontal to lay the way that I got mine. And no, I'm not a professional, so if it still looks kind of wonky or janky or whatever it is, then you know, this is only like my third time doing a frontal install, so I'm not a pro at it and I'm not the best at it, but I just wanted to say that. But this grayish kind of bluish kind of color, it looks grayish bluish to me, but to some people it doesn't look like that, so I don't know, I'm just gonna go with that color. But before I start the video, I wanted to show how the hair looks without like any straightening or anything like that. So it's wavy. So I ordered 613 body wave, so it looks like this, and I want to say it's keep watching and watch to the end, and thank you. Please subscribe and like my video, and I appreciate it all. Lots of love. So I did the watercolor method. So first I just boiled some water. The pot wasn't really that big. It don't really matter what size pot you use, as long as your hair can fit in it. So the colors that I used, I just used one color, and it was the platinum color 150 in the Adore brand. So I got 2 bottles at first, and it wasn't enough, so I had to get some more bottles. I used in total maybe like 3.5, 4 bottles. So once I did that, I let the hair sit in there. I let the hair sit in there maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. I put all the bundles in there and everything else. So that was just that. So right here I'm just showing the bag. It's pink and it says warm right here on it. So I try to take all the bundles out at one time. Kind of struggled doing that. But anyways, I showed the 2 longest ones, which is 20 inches. Both of them are. As you see right there, 20 inches. And then I pull out the 3rd bundle, which is 18 inches. And then my frontal is a 16 inch and it's a 13 by 4. So I just try to do the ball cap method. This is only really my 2nd time doing it, so please don't judge me if I mess up or do something wrong. You know, I'm just showing you how I do mine, and I'm still learning as I go. But I first started by cutting the ear holes. So yeah, I did that. And then once I did that, I put Got To Be on there, like the Got To Be gel on there. I just put a layer right above my hairline to make it not on my hair, I guess you could say. But I did forget something though. I did braid my hair down. My braids were raggedy, so I was not going to show my braids, because baby, they were not it. I know in between each layer it needs to dry, so I just picked up anything that I could find, and that's really what I found. So then I just put the Got To Be spray on top of the Got To Be gel, and I just let that dry. And I end up using my hands to kind of like fan it to dry, because I literally didn't have anything. I'm adjust it and trying to see where I can cut it from my ear tab. So I'm just adjusting it. For me, to make it easier, because I am a beginner when it comes to frontals, I try to cut the back first, like to make a slit of where I need to be for the front. And I do that on both sides. I don't know, to make it easier for me, because I know me, I will cut too much off and then I'll just be looking crazy. So I just go from the back, and sometimes I'll switch to the front, but I guess I just stayed in the back and just came to the front, which is easier to do. For me it is. I don't know, maybe I'm just backwards, but I just did that. Don't mind my face. I thought I had cut too much off and I didn't. But once I'm done cutting off the ear tab on that side, I just check it to see if I can put some hair in the front, and I could put some hair in the back, just double checking it. What I mean by hair in the front is like, you know how you have like the little hairs, the little baby hairs that come over the ear. That's what I'm talking about. So I just double check to make sure that everything's just sitting right. So I'm still trying to like make sure that everything is sitting right and everything like that. And then I'm done with the ear tabs part. So I had to be a little extra and throw it on the floor. Don't know why I did that, but you know, I was being extra. So I'm just combing everything back to make sure that it looks right. Yes, my ball cap method is a little janky. We ain't got straight. We're not supposed to have straight lines, but my lines are kind of a little wonky. My little out. And then I am still combing back my hair because I just have to comb it back for 30 minutes. But anyways, just to make sure, I'm just playing. Just to make sure that everything is laying right and it looks right before I glue anything down. And if you see me talking, I am on the phone. I was on FaceTime. So, yeah. And I'm just trying to make sure that everything looks right and feels right. And then I get my part together and I'm still combing it back to make sure that when I glue it down, everything looks like my skin tone and everything else, and I don't have to worry about anything. And I gave a thumbs up, so I mean, so once I get that to lay down and everything else to lay down without putting any glue on it, I get some type of marker, and that is not like a marker. That is my it's an eyeliner pencil, eyeliner gel, something like that. And I just do that because I'm always putting glue too far in front of where I need it to be. So this time I was like, I'm going to get it perfect. So I just end up using that, and it worked pretty fine for me. So I'm just going to keep on doing that. So at this point, I have glued it down, and I forgot to record myself gluing it actually down. I thought that I definitely glued it down. I thought I had recorded myself doing that, but I guess I didn't. But this is me afterwards trying to put that mousse or whatever on my hair to lay down so I can have a part in my hair. And just trying to make sure that everything is laying down and it looks flat. And when I was gluing it down, I forgot to say, when I was gluing it down, I had cut in the lace. I had cut sections in the lace. So I did the left side section and then a right side section. So that means I just cut in the middle and I did one side and I did the other side. And I just let the 3 layers sit on my hair on each side. And then once I was done with one side, I end up moving on to the next side. I hope that's not confusing on how I just explained that, but I just did one side at a time so that it would stick. And it's less work to do when you're doing that instead of trying to do it all together, because sometimes you can have parts that dry faster than the other parts, and then it won't lay down and it won't last as long if it's rushed or some spots that didn't stick the same as other spots. Okay, at this point, I'm just straightening the frontal to make sure that it looks flat, and it's going to be flat once I'm done with the whole install. because it's easier to fix it once it's just the frontal on your head and not the bundles and everything else. For me, it is. So I'm just straightening it to make sure that my part will lay flat as well. And I just do this just to be extra sometimes because I just want to see what it looks like before I put all the bundles in my head, to make sure that if I like the color or not, I can take it out and I can change it without having to put all of the bundles in the frontal in my head. So I just do that, and then afterwards I just install the bundles. I didn't record myself for installing the bundles, but if y'all want a video of me installing and how I do that, I can also do a video, because I want to dye my hair a different color, or I want to do a different color. So just stay tuned for that. So yeah. So after I'm just done combing it and just feel like everything, the part is straight and everything else, I just go in with my Lottie Body and I put that on the front so I could give it some volume in the front. And that's really all I do with that part. And that's really the gist of the frontal. So the frontal is done at this point, and then while I'm sewing in my bundles, I tie my hair down so it'll be extra flat when I'm done.